What is up, everybody? This is Carl from Technical Goodies, and today we are looking at the Goovis Art head-mounted display. Now, they sent over this whole package here for me to take a look at and give my honest review on. So what I'm going to do is basically show you what kind of comes with this package that they sent over, and then go over the headset and how it works and all the features of it and what you would expect if you were to get this for yourself. So in this sort of bundle, what you end up getting is the head-mounted display itself, and that's this right here. And what this display allows you to do is have a sort of multi-purpose or multi-use function out of it where you can wear it but also see your surroundings at the same time. You're not seeing the surroundings through the actual screen itself, but you have the visibility around to be able to multitask on something and then also see your screen through the two lenses here. Also in the bundle, they send over a D4 media player. Now this is kind of like an Android TV device that you can use to actually hook up to the device to watch movies and do all sorts of stuff with. This is very nice if you don't have something like this. I tend to like to use my phone. My iPhone has a USB-C on the bottom of it, so it works basically out of the box with no issues. And then you also get an HDMI to Type-C adapter. So for something like this Android TV right here would have an HDMI out that would go into here and adapt, or any of your other HDMI out devices would adapt straight to the headset itself. They also sent over this no stress sort of comfort headset add-on that would basically replace this one that's on there right now. You would just sort of clip this in, and then that would basically just give a little bit more extra long life comfort to the back of your head when it is strapped on. So let's go ahead and just jump into this, take a look at the Goovis Art itself, show you some of the features of it, show you how it works, see if I can get a screen example so that you can see what it looks like, show you some of the pros, some of the cons about it. I mean, there's not too many cons. I actually really enjoy this, but there's things that you need to know about something like this compared to a full face mask that you might wear if you want to play games or watch movies or something like that. So I'll go over some of the core strengths of the Goovis Art here. One of them is the exceptional clarity. So what I've noticed is that when wearing it, the screen is very, very vivid and very clear. It does have kind of like a wide external view when you are wearing it. It is myopia friendly. Meaning if you do wear glasses, you don't have to wear your glasses. You're able to adjust exactly how the screen looks. Now that does range from 0 to negative 3.50D. If you have a myopia that is higher than that range, then you will want to wear your glasses with it. And there is also the ability to kind of slide this in and out. Let me show you that. So while you are wearing them, they can slide in and out based on the width of your eyeballs. And I guess the idea is that when you have these on, like I said, you do have that extra view around you. So if you did want to walk around the house, if you wanted to watch or listen to a sports game or something while you're doing the dishes or sweeping the floor or something like that, you're supposed to be able to do that. It just depends on how comfortable you are having that sort of multitasking visual looking up and looking down. But I'll show you how it fits on me and how it works here in a minute. So taking a look closely at the device here, I'll show you some of the features that are built into the unit itself. If you take a look here, so on the front, they do give you these little lens covers. So I'll go ahead and take these off. And these are the two lenses that you're going to want to look through, okay? So this is where you're going to see the screen, and that's why you have that adjustment in and out to be able to sort of adjust it to based on the width of your eyes. On the top here, you have a couple of rocker switches. One is for volume and one is for the brightness up and down. If it's a little too bright, you can drop it down based on your environment. And it also has a lock. So when this does slide in and out like this, you can hit this lock right here, and then it locks into place. Unlock it, and you can bring it out and lock it back in based on, again, based on the width of your eyes and where you like it to be. So the way this works is that this goes on your forehead, this straps around the back of your head, and then this right here, the front part, as you can see, can tilt up and down based on how you want it to fit on your face and visually how you can see the screen. So when you go to put it on, you can flip it up so that you're not touching the screens while you're putting it on. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and give you an example of it on. So you can see right now I have this flipped up, and what it ends up looking like is kind of like those doctor's glasses that you see when you go to like the dentist. But then you're going to want to flip it down and then adjust it up and down based on where you want to be able to see the screen while you're working. Now, if I want to, I can go ahead and pick things up off the desk. I have no problem seeing because the lower part of my vision isn't blocked and the upper part and the sides aren't blocked. But if I want to actually look at the screen itself, I can do so just by looking straight forward. So on the side here, this is your myopia adjuster. You can kind of turn this dial based on your vision and how it's going to work. Like for me, I have a really sort of bad vision up close and I'm fine far away. So I don't wear glasses right now, but I was able to adjust this a little bit just to get a little bit better screen clarity. So there's USB-C on this side, and that's where you're gonna hook up your video signal, whether it's the HDMI converter or the cable going directly to your USB-C device. And on this side, there is, again, very difficult to show, but there is an earphone. So you're basically able to plug in earphones there so you can have headphones in if you want to in order to listen to what is coming out of the device. It does have a built-in speaker, so when I play something in a little bit, you'll be able to hear that. But if you want to have a little bit more privacy for what you're watching, you can hook up headphones there. And if you want to, there are some cable ties on the side here, so that when your USB-C is coming out here, or the headphones are coming out here, you can kind of cable manage along the side of your head and bring it to where you want, so it's not kind of hanging down in your face. So to hook this up to your phone, you're going to want to take your USB-C cable that comes with the device and plug it into the side of the headset itself. Like I said, you can cable manage that if you want. And then simply for me, I'm just going to plug it into my phone. Now, once you have this hooked up, the one thing to note is that it does have an automatic sensor that turns the screen off when you take it off to save battery. You can see right here on the device itself, there is a little tiny sensor so that when that does get covered up, the screen does turn on. Let me see if I can capture that in any way, shape, or form. There you go. If I take my finger off of that, it turns off. And I cover that up, it does turn on. Now, of course, showing it here through this little tiny lens isn't going to show you exactly what's on the screen on the inside there because you have to have it based on your eyes. One of the things that you do need to know is that it is a stationary screen based on the device itself. It doesn't have any head tracking or rotation. So if you're turning, the screen turns with you. It doesn't just stay where you're at and allow you to look around like some sort of VR device. This is a head-mounted display as opposed to a VR device, so that's kind of what you're expecting when you're wearing it. And one of the things that you'll have to get used to is that when you are sort of looking at the screen, when you turn your head, it does go with you. So you would expect kind of your eyes to have to kind of follow that, which works perfectly fine, but is something you do have to get used to because we're used to in real life being able to look around and have our eyes move and move around and look at the things in the room, whereas this is sort of stationary based on the device itself. So let me go ahead and record this on my phone so you can see what I'm looking at, but you won't see it exactly what I'm looking at through the screen itself. But it is able to play pretty much anything that you're able to sort of view on your screen. So I'm seeing all the videos here. I'm seeing myself scrolling and going up and down. And then once I go ahead and hit play on a video, you can see what is recorded here as it says connected to AirPlay. So I'm seeing the full screen video right here, but you'll see that the video is not showing up here on the screen. It's actually just showing directly into the device itself. And then also I can hear the sound. I'm not sure if you can hear that through the microphone. I'll give you a little sound test here if I can get it up close.
My personal preference, though, is that I don't like those. I like a flat floor because I come from a pipeline and background.
So the sound sounds pretty good. It just sounds like standard speakers you might have on a device that you're watching something on. But again, if you wanted to add that additional earbuds or earphones, you can do that. So I've got the video playing, and what I'm going to try to do is attempt to hold it up to my camera and see what kind of best possible view I can give you of what you're seeing inside the lens. I am moving this around a little bit, so it does look like I'm able to look left and right, but that's just to be able to give you an idea of the clarity of the video screen that you're seeing on the inside here. But it gives you a good idea of how that visual is going to look when you do have it on your head. So the benefit that this also does have is that you're not just looking through one screen. You have the two individual eye ports, which allow for a 3D view if you want. So this does have the ability to swap over to view 3D videos like on YouTube, where you have a left and a right sort of screen on one video, and it'll basically take that and overlay it in a way so you're getting a 3D effect through your eyes because you're able to focus on two different individual screens through two different individual eye ports, and then that gives you that full 3D effect if you want to. So the idea is in general that it's like watching about a 110-inch TV from the comfort of your couch in a portable sort of head-mounted device that you can just walk around the house if you want to, through. You can sit out on the deck. So my plan is when it gets a little bit warmer is to sit on the deck and watch a movie and hang out there. I like to be outside, maybe have in the spring, have a nice little warm fire and just watch a movie out there without having to drag all sorts of screens out there. You know, if I'm bringing a screen out to watch or a laptop, I'm just watching it on, you know, like a small little laptop screen. But to have a simulated 110-inch TV strapped to my head should be pretty awesome. So to just give you stats like I normally do, these are kind of the high-level stats to allow you to understand what this device is capable of. So each one of the eye ports that you're looking through is a micro OLED screen. So that's why you get that increased sort of awesome clarity. I've definitely noticed while watching videos that it's just very bright and vivid. The resolution is 1920 by 1080 and the pixels per inch are 4496. Now the reason the pixels per inch matter is because that's the density of the image that you're looking at. If it's a 1080p image that's stretched, you know, super huge, then you end up seeing the pixels. But if you have a good pixel density, then it makes it a really good visual experience. The response time is less than 0.01 millisecond. Contrast ratio is 100,000 to 1, and the refresh rate is 60 hertz. It does have a field of view inside of about 40 degrees. And one of the things they've done is put a lot of effort into making sure there's no distortion on that screen. A lot of times you might see some wraparound distortion or some edge blurring, but that doesn't happen at all in this device. It does support wearing your glasses because when it does fold down, you can adjust exactly how far it is away from your face. It's not just pressed up all against here because it is sort of free floating in front of your eyes. And one of the things they've also put a lot of effort in is to make sure that since this isn't a fully enclosed unit, it does sit out in front of your eyes. They have put a lot of effort into making sure that the brightness and clarity stays there even in bright light situations, so you don't have a lot of light bleed coming in and affecting the image that you're looking at. So I could go on and on about the features, but I think in general, I think it's going to be something that I'm looking forward to using. And hopefully this helped you out. If it did, please give me a like, give me a subscribe. I'd love to see you back. But until next time, this is Carl from Techville Goodies, and I'm out.